Saint Lucia. I say Saint Lucia. But if you say Saint Lucia, if you say Lucy, it's up to me, right? Lucy is right. David Mark don't show face again.
Yes, not yet. The full regalia of pollution. And then the other they want like say they won't stop that other now. If this they want the ABC. It's a registered party.
ADC now the one way David Mark and David Shola go ahead. You don't understand the game with here. So if you say, you know, if now David Shola and David Mark are ahead now.
For the meet where all the world and PDP make to not all the people to match together. Not the match. Okay, to match together. Go to other parties. To match together against ADC. The middle for the middle for the
And I need good luck. I will not wish you bad luck. As it says stand here, good luck. Yes, ma'am. But she said bad luck. To do that, we are telling you. Obi can never lose. Why? Obi knows Nigeria mostly. Obi wants to so that's so. So when I talk to
All right, so it's another beautiful edition of City Stand, and we say good morning to all our viewers. I appreciate you for joining us morning. This morning, thank you so much for joining us. Today is 2nd of July, 2025. 2nd of July, 2025, and we have diverse topics at the stand to discuss. All right, quickly to the comment section. Let me say good morning to our esteemed viewers there. Emmanuel Obuji, good morning to you. We say thank you for joining us. We have Stella Oloni watching us from USA, and we say good morning to you too. Udede Chima from Italy, and we say good morning. Augustine, Ife morning. Thank you for joining us this morning. Chico Blocks. Good morning, everyone from Newcastle. I will say good morning to you, Chico Blocks. Abdiganil, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you. Alaji Kisco is also here. I will say good morning to you. Sunday Igbai. Good morning, Mr. Mike and everyone there. I will say good morning to you. It's 2nd of July 2025. Of course, you don't need to be told that this is where the opinions of people matter. People in the country, their opinions matter here. Not just Nigerians at the stand, even the viewers watching us all over the world, their opinions matter on the comment section. That is why we take me fit to read their comments. Okay, my respondents are here this morning and they are ready to dissect important issues bothering the minds of Nigerians. Yeah, important issues this morning. King Gary, the Palace, is also here. Good morning to you. Thank you for joining us. Great Ben, we appreciate your presence this morning. All the way from United States of America, King Gary is watching us and he's saying good morning to everybody. Benjamin, let us know where you're watching us from. Thank you for joining us this morning. Mr. K, Mr. Kayode in Germany, we appreciate you. Mr. Osaze in Spain, thank you for joining us. All right, Jacob Adedeji in New Jersey, we say good morning to you. Thank you for joining us. King Gary, thank you. God bless you. All right, 2027, on 2027, the build up to 2027 election, we have Northern PDP leaders settling for ADC. Northern PDP leaders have settled for ADC. Thank you. Andrew Ogunjimi. Yeah, Ogunjimi is here this morning. Where have you been, Andrew? Good morning to you. Welcome on the program. We say thank you for joining us. Like I said earlier on, the Northern PDP leaders have settled for the ADC as their preferred coalition platform. All right, does it mean that PDP has no ground again in Nigeria politics? Does it mean it's not possible for PDP to produce the desired candidates that could unseat President Bola Ahmed Tinubu come 2027 election? Does it mean PDP has no structure again? This is what we're looking at this morning. Also in the news this morning, the presidential candidate of the Labour Party in the 2023 presidential election, Peter Obi, has condemned the president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, over the honor that was bestowed on him in Saint Lucia. Obi said the country is not functioning well and a president is receiving honor in another country. All right, Nigerians are reacting to this this morning, and we shall be dissecting these issues together. Quickly to the front page of the Guardian newspaper. The Guardian newspaper is here with us this morning, and let us see the pictures of the politicians that are leading this coalition. Somebody said criminals. He said the criminals. I don't know if they are criminals. He said, all right, you are entitled to your own opinion, and I hope you have your facts on ground to prove if they are criminals or not. And we have the likes of Atiku Abubakar, we have David Rufai, and others on the front page of the guidance. So these are the people ready to oust President Bola Ahmed Tinubu come 2027. The game has started. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu should be ready to leave Asorok for this set of politicians. Now, we have on the front page of the Guardian newspaper, former vice president of the country and a presidential flag bearer of the People's Democratic Party in the 2023 presidential election, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar. We have David Mark here. We also have Erufai, the former governor of Kaduna State. We have Tambua, former speaker. We have Ado. We have Lamido. These 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 persons are leading this new coalition against President Bola Ahmed Tinubu presidential ambition. All right, moving on to another one on the front page of this same paper. Ondo government's quest to probe Akeredolu's death sparks controversy. This is on page 7 of the Guardian newspaper. On to the next one, page 4 of the Guardian. Reps tickets may cost 500 million naira. Post-election litigation, 1 billion naira. Reps tickets may cost 500 million naira. To get the ticket, 500 million naira. All right, on to the next one. Obi flays Saint Lucia's highest honor, Knight Commander title on Tinubu. Yeah, Tinubu has been bestowed with this honor, Knight Commander of Saint Lucia. All right, their reactions to this morning, not just at the stand, but by netizens and Nigerians. All right, we need to join our reviewers for more analysis on what we have this morning on the front page of the Guardian and on the platform. Thank you, Mr. Femi, for joining us.
Thank you, Mr. Michael, and I say good morning to all of our viewers across the globe. I say may God continue to be with you and may He never tired of you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, good morning. Is another brand new day. We want to thank God for our life. We want to thank God for you viewers. If you are not there, we can't be here, and we can say thank you for all what you've been doing. Mr. Muki Great, good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
All right, Muki Great. Thank you so much for joining us. Is he on the platform this morning? All right, we say good morning to you. All right, the Palace of the Palace, thank you for joining us. Let's quickly talk about what Peter Obi said about President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He said the country is not functioning and the president is in Lucia receiving award. Is it a crime for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to get an award or to be bestowed with that kind of honor in Lucia?
Anyway, both of them, they are playing a role. But I want to talk about Obi's role at this moment. Obi is playing a role that needs to be played. At this moment, Obi is like a bride that is waiting for, his groom. So he need all perfume to look attractive, and these are the things that he needs to be doing. Even if there is nothing, he needs to create something. You have to create something out of nothing. At least at this moment, he needs to be shown like a television. So going to Saint Lucia to receive award when Nigeria is burning. Also, it's so that we still don't get it right as you are talking, because a country that just lose about 200 people in a particular community, and there are so many bad news that bad news are so much to the extent that some don't even come to the limelight. That become a normal thing. So for a sensitive president, I don't think this is the best time for him to be gallivanting around. But as we have it in Africa, I don't want to talk personally about Tinubu. Tinubu himself has known for so off. You know, this is like the rest of Tinubu and the wicked. Everybody know when Obasanjo was the president of this country, the man traveled a lot, and he was able to buttress his point that we just started that time. Nigeria don't have good name around the world, so the best thing is to go and launder our image again by Mr. President himself. So President Bola Ahmed Tinubu he's playing his role as he's supposed. He's doing his, live his own life the way he see it. But it's Peter Obi that is need to play his role as well. To call his opposition, to call his attention that
things are not going well.
Things are not going well. And let me tell you, I don't see Africa. We have not up to that. When the president will sit down there, and if to say we have been having, African leader that has the mind. Okay, how many times have you seen this guy just fly around, Ibrahim Traore? If that thing is not that important, you will not see him there. All this receiving honor. When he went to Russia the other time, he went there for a proper. If not for Russia, they will have killed the guy. So he hide under the shadow of God Almighty. So that's why he need to. So if a president have to visit a particular place, it must be something. A country that is not more than, they say their population is not even reach 500,000. So I don't know what we have achieved in this country to the extent of that will be, lavishing the hard-earned money to go and visit a country like that.
I don't know the benefits. Did the president just ridicule himself by receiving such honor in that small country? That's what Nigerians are saying. And does he really deserve that honor? And aside that, don't you think this is a distraction from Tinubu's domestic performance?
See, all honor the president got there, he deserves it. He deserves it. It wasn't himself that honored himself. It was the president of that state. And you see, one thing is, some people are saying they don't know what Mr. President is looking for all around the globe. You have to make friends and attract investors. You have to. Even the Americans of this world, they are still attracting investors. Talk of the UK of this world, they are attracting investors. So how come Nigeria, that is in turmoil now, that due to the insecurity that we have in now, will not want to attract investors? That this country, no matter what is going on, they are safe haven in this country, in which you people can embark to boost your your what's it called, the economy in this country, right? And I can tell you wholeheartedly, some of them are they are coming up. It's okay, they want to invest, right? Because Nigeria is a pool of when you're talking of populations, we have the population capacity for investors to be, chasing us as a destination. And I think what Mr. President has just does, what he did, on that traveling, there's nothing wrong. If it was Obi will travel more than that. So Obi should go and face his coalition of Atiku and his senior brothers, Atiku and all others, not just to be criticizing for nothing's sake. We want a constructive criticism, not this kind of criticism Obi is bringing on the table. Obi himself, what's going on with his Panama accounts? You want to tell me it doesn't have any link connecting Panama since then, when all of them drop all their secret accounts in the Panama? So what are we now saying? What are we saying? Once you are a politician, you are not a saint. Once you are a politician, you have no mouth to criticize the others because your own skeleton is inside your compound too. So I think these guys, they are going too far. So if that means if presidents went to what's it called, sleep, they will monitor him. If he moves anymore around, they will monitor him. And I don't think anything is wrong in visiting that tiny island.
Kule, Saint Lucia is less than Ikorodu. Tinubu is just obsessed with traveling up and down. For nothing's sake, what will this award do for Nigerians? A country that is not even known by anybody.
Yeah, it's a country, but it's a destination country and it's a tourist country. There are a lot of things that some people just overlook, and there's some benefit inside it. I think that's...
Well, I think there are a lot to bring out this morning. A country that's looking for a first investor don't need to visit. Visitation is not the best way to lure investors. You make your country attractive, not by visit. When you make your country attractive, okay, people will come. When people keep on hearing bad news about your country and you come and visit me, I will just look at you that you don't have work doing. If you have work doing, you first of all settle what is at your home. Then that time I will be attractive. I mean, your country will be attractive. A family man that doesn't settle his home, then you started gallivanting around. You are inviting people to come into your home. What if they come into your home? Then it is that time you and your wife you are fighting. Then you use Laguda to cut off their neck. What will happen? They kill 200 here today, kill 100 here tomorrow. Boko Haram, Lakurawa, bandits, Fulani Yesmen. And you are saying you are visiting me to come and invest in a place where there is no peace. Security is the bedrock of every development. So there is nothing, and this Tinubu, if he's also in the position of opposition, he will criticize. Tinubu did worse than this. Even the very one that Tinubu saw that this thing is necessary, which is a case of a subsidy, he was the first one to talk that why do you want to remove subsidy? And the way Tinubu even remove subsidy is worse than the way Jonathan removed it. Arrogantly, subsidy is gone. Another thinking, no. It's very, very simple thing. If Tinubu when he was also opposition, he criticized. He talked from the, in fact, he controlled almost all the, let me tell you, do you know where anybody will not be able, any critics or any riot will not work against Tinubu in this country? He was the one that know how to riot very well. He know how to mobilize. And since his ally in the mobilization, as all of them left and joined APC now, that means any effective, I mean, critics or riots you can see again in Nigeria. Since Oshiomhole has quit Labour chairman and join politics and form alliance with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, tell me who else? If somebody is protesting now, tell me somebody that can mobilize a protest in this country, and you will see elder people. I'm not talking about all these young boys. So whatever needs to continue. Tell me anybody that will call for protest where you will see Wole Soyinka, where you will see this Baba Latare, where you will see big people like that. Tonde Bakare, where will you see them again? If anybody just rioting in this country, they will just be looking at it. Where this one? Before you cut that rubbish, they will just give you one dirty slap behind you, and you will go back to your room. So if it is Tinubu also that is in the opposition like that, he will do more than that. He will even do worse.
Okay, you want to say something, but before allowing you to speak, let me quickly read what Abu Ghanil has written here. Peter Obi is not an opposition leader. Far from it. He is simply a spoiler. That is coming from Abdul Ghanil. Kule, I know you want to react to this.
You see, I think, well, with what all this my brother here said, I think there is no point in what I can figure out.
In what Femi said, right?
He was talking that the investors, that they have to, what's he looking for? He has to attract the investors. I can tell you, Tinubu joining to, what's it called, to the Asian, attracted a lot of Chinese, and I don't know the capacity of your movement in which you can go around and verify how many investors has come into this country. I think you have to do that profile before you come on the table and start saying that this, that. I'm following the strategy of this government, and I'm not sleeping. When I need to criticize them, I'll criticize them. When I need to say the right thing, support them, I have to support them. I can tell you The Chinese economy is what we are operating now. If you don't know now. The Chinese economy, and which is the world's largest economy as it is now. So to me, the Chinese are there. When you go to islands, you see their footsteps there. That is, I'm talking of the rail they did, the rail they did, and all sort of projects you see. And it's only projects that attract when investors see that you have a good project for them on grant, and for them to be able to, get their work done easily. They're good to come. So Tinubu is bringing up development in which the successive governments have overlooked. The successive government of PDP, the successive government of the PDP that sold us out generally, and they were feeding us, not looking at the rainy days will come, that there will be hunger in this country, and they maneuver all the money. And about the Tinubu ganging up against, what's it called, Jonathan, I think you got it a bit wrong. It was Sanusi that blew the whistle, that $20 billion is mixed in treasury. No, Sanusi created. Sanusi created that.
I just want to engage this morning. I'm not in the mood for I'm talking about the move of subsidy.
The subsidy.
Government of
either the subsidy or no subsidy. All of them wanted to remove. All of them wanted to remove subsidy.
Against
subsidy
removal by the administration of the
it was somebody that's part of that crisis.
So Tinubu don't know where to go. If somebody starts, he must wait. I don't want to engage.
He started that crisis, and who started it? Who started it? It was this same Sanusi. Sanusi went to conference of what's it called, of the CBN governors, and on his way back, he threw that bomb that $20 billion was missing his oil treasury account, and the opposition, they key into that. They see that lacuna, they saw that lacuna, and they key into it. So the history we forgot, we need to be rethinking back to bring out the way things were. And Sanusi himself, was it not the Jonathan that later banished him into Kano? Then he banished him away. Then he brought Adubayero sort of also. So that was when the crisis of this emirate, what's it called? That emirate issue started. And I can tell you wholeheartedly, the government is working wholeheartedly. The President Bola Ahmed Tinubu government is working. I don't know him. He has never met me. I've never met him.
Can you permit me to ask?
What I'm saying,
mention one big company from China that you know that has come and invest in this country. Mention just one cogent one that you know its name that come and invest. Those one you say they come, they give them contracts. Some of these, they give China contracts. When Buhari, Wahum, do you know how old is this Wahum?
Who got them?
Wahum,
yes, they affected others. They affected others. Is Wahum not Chinese company?
See how old is this?
They love the country.
I've been hearing about
the country. Yes.
More than 20 years.
A lot of them are in Grand. A lot of them. I can tell you on the trip if you.
I said Wahum. It's not Tinubu that brought Wahum.
It's not Tinubu, but
brought Wahum.
The process they went through attracted other Chinese.
Which other? So this man don't know the blue light train. I said
who work on the blue light train? Who fix up the? I don't know the Chinese that did the blue light train. Have you been to Ireland and see all the projects going on there?
I don't need to be to Ireland.
See my brother.
Wait.
It's only a blind man.
Blue light train is a Lagos State project. I'm coming. Chinese, you gave Chinese contracts. Chinese were awarded contracts. And we are talking about investor. You are the one that said they are investor. When you give somebody, okay, Mr. Mike, you give somebody assignment in your house to come and do your window, your whatever, and go. Is that one investment?
My brother.
Is it an investment?
If you go it's not an investment. Go outside the shore of this place you have. Go towards all these houses. Going to as if you go to Ibadan, Lagos Express.
Chinese company are playing
there. Come on,
left and right there. What is their name?
Come here and sit down and
mention one now. Mention one.
Don't tell me and I can't. Go and verify yourself. Go and verify. You are telling me it's Chinese economy we are having now. Chinese are there for Nigeria. Since we don't have support from the Americans, we don't have support from the Chinese economy is what we're doing. So you just stay in number here. You are telling me
Chinese company has plenty from here to Ibadan.
Oh, you want
China,
Mike.
Chinese to flood
the video. You can do the video. We engage.
Some of these companies you see there, some of them are 30, 40 years.
I don't like
all these companies.
Some of the companies you see there, 30, 40 years. What is the name of the new generation?
You don't know that. You don't just start as critics and become a critic. You don't know anything.
Say, okay, Saint Lucia, you see Chinese. A country that is less than Ikorodu.
Out of fellowship. Even Saint Lucia now is
It's a way.
Is it the one killing each other in Nigeria?
It's a waste of
Every
time.
day you want to be killing yourself. Be killing yourself.
It's a waste of time. Saint Lucia.
Every country counts. Every country counts.
Tinubu want to go and bring Saint Lucia.
Every country counts. Every country.
By the time they did deal with what of Saint Lucia, now sugar they do there. Okay, that trip. No, you want to enter me. You want to enter me, and I commit it. I don't want anybody to enter me this one.
Nigeria is embarking on.
So where's your rank now?
Go all round.
Where's your rank? Globally now.
Oh, guys.
They are doing the needful.
Which one? No country will come and invest where there is no security.
Blue red line.
Hello, sir.
Go to and see the
Blue red line from
Let's take it easy.
Why you no go?
It's in Lagos State.
It's in Lagos State. So Lagos State.
Do you know 700 kilometers? 700 kilometers Lagos Calabar Coastal Road.
Yes.
Less than 5%. You are commissioning it.
All right, let's move to the comment section.
Cover your face.
Let's take it easy.
Today is hot.
All right, there's a Chima. It's a Saint Lucia country that has nothing. What will they use to invest in Nigeria? They said, he doesn't think they have.
They cannot be also.
Every citizen counts. Every nation counts.
Citizen of where?
Every nation counts. If it is Saint Lucia, if it counts, it's another. If you guys not bring anything on the table, Saint Louis can bring something on the table. So it's better. We are not joking there.
No, that is it now.
They turn it to Saint
Yes, now Saint Louis. Your Saint Louis.
The guys around there,
maybe our president just go and enjoy babes. Maybe Saint Lucia, maybe they are sweet. Maybe president not go carry Jadi come Nigeria. I'm telling you, it's a waste of time. Qualifying entitlement.
Hello, sir. Let's take it easy. All right, let's move down to another person here. What was he saying? I think I saw a message by King Henry. Yeah, for your information, Kenyans are getting rid of Chinese from their country. This is coming from King Henry. And we have Andrew Gujimi saying, Wahum is more than 30 years in Nigeria. Go and ask their worker. They are not treating them well. This is coming from Andrew Ogunjimi. All right, Kunle, tell him about the one in Ogun State. It is coming from Muki Great. All right.
That's it.
Which one is it?
Maybe they are
You should tell us now. No,
you
should mention the person.
We can take you on the ride today to Ogun State and see Chinese companies.
State.
You know Ogun State. You are
positive
in Ogun State.
Hold on. See. When you say measure, hold on. Sorry. When you say measure, hold on. When you see Kule, let's say the truth. Chinese have been more than 40 years in Nigeria, like ROCC, CCC. They have been more than 40 years. But go to Ogun State, you say Chinese are there doing what? Chinese that will be doing road, no gutter. Hold on. Chinese that will be doing road, no construction. Most of the road in Ogun State are being abandoned. So what are you talking about? Chinese, even Chinese companies senior me. They have been there for years. What I talked about. So,
all right, let us just confirm this. Let us look at the population of Saint Lucia this morning. All right, and according to one of our dailies here, the population of Saint Lucia in 2023 was approximately 179,285 people, reflecting a slight increase from previous years. Estimates for early 2025, this year, 2025, very slightly, with some sources indicating around 180,000
1,136.
The economy inputs. The economy. Have you?
Is the trip necessary?
Yeah. Is the trip necessary?
Is it necessary?
It may be invited. It may be invited. They don't look at it that same way. This same Tinubu went to Benue when the crisis was happening, and I can tell you wholeheartedly, it was not the cause of the Benue crisis. You could see some state actors from that area, the retired general. What were their inputs in that crisis? What effort did they make to, cushion that crisis up? And you can see, Mr. President cannot sacrifice all himself to all the burdens on serious burden, useless burden that Nigerians are creating for themselves. I can tell you wholeheartedly, if you cannot give your wife,
must you carry the burden?
if you cannot give your,
carry the burden, now you cannot impregnate
your wife, you will say, now, Mr. President,
I've impregnated my wife.
So I think you guys stop crying more than bereaved and stop shedding tears that you know is not a real tears that you sharing. So that I mean it's just a great disgraceful setting. I'm just saying. All
right, sir. Let us move down to the key natural resources in Saint Lucia.
Yeah.
Forests, okay, it's about 77% of the land, the 47,000 hectares, including primary rainforests and protected areas, providing rich habitat for endemic species, sandy beaches and coral reefs, minerals. The island has deposits of pumice and historically had sulfur springs, with the only drive-in volcano sulfur springs in the world. I think we need to move away from this. This one, people can country that is as rich as Nigeria, all rich, blue diamond, gold, those. It's a waste of time. They cannot put anything on this. Baba just go and do holiday on Saint Lucia, and he will buy Saint Lucia sugar for everybody. Nothing. Saint Lucia sugar for everybody. Nothing. What? Tell me any popular thing they said this thing. Tell me one popular mineral resources. They say Saint Lucia.
They have mineral.
They have. What is the name of the one? Sulfur. All right. Kigari says Saint Lucia is absolutely no use to Nigerians living in Nigeria.
If you want to dash them something, dash them. Stay in Nigeria. Send them. Gary to them.
He continues by saying Tinubu is spending too much traveling in search of too less of a self-profit. This is coming from King Henry. I will move on to Udezi Chima. I beg, allow Tinubu to go. He dash recklessly without facts. All right, moving down to Victor from Manchester. Mr. Femi, God bless you. I'm enjoying your program. And Muki Great said that he has deposited the money. Okay, I've seen it. Muki, thank you. We appreciate that. Tanimola Joseph, Tinubu's regime has really affected Kunle. Okay, has really affected Kunle. I don't know why Kunle is supporting Tinubu. But, you know.
Tanimola Joseph, you cannot control who I want. As old as I am, you cannot control where I belong or where I move. I take my movement on. I think just mind your own business. Hashtag Bola Ahmed Tinubu for next.
I just want to. Mr. Mike, this thing is paining me. Honestly speaking, wait. If America want to help us, Trump needs to come here before he help us. All this action head or whatever they are sending to us, do they need to come to? Assuming that some other country are helping us. Some Nigeria, some country. Assuming that we are enjoying, also some country they also give us. Must they come here? All the help they are giving us. How many of them? Japan is helping us. US is helping us. Even UK is helping us. How many times as Prime Minister? That Macron, if you don't, EU is helping. How many of EU? Let me tell you, there are so many times you go, you see that EU is sending. If you don't know, you don't know. EU is helping us. US they are helping us. America is helping. All of them. How many of them do they need to come? So you don't. Even if Nigeria want to help, for them to build another Saint Lucia sugar factory in that place. We don't need to go there. Send money, send Gary, be drinking Gary and sugar. Simple. Tinubu don't need to go there. It's just for gallivanting.
Of course,
Unnecessary.
he can easily sit down or simply sit down in his office and do his studies.
And do traveling to that place.
Open account, the account.
Thank you.
The way to open account.
I think
Dollars account.
the platform is turning to just as level now. I think, and I have to go along with them with the Awada Keri.
No, it's not Awada Keri. This is not my time. Let me tell you. I don't. Do you know what I'm doing? I'm doing tragedy. I'm doing tragedy comedy. I don't want this thing to enter me. That's why I'm just bringing in.
Away from that, let's quickly talk about the 2027 presidential election. The likes of Atiku, Lamido, Verify have dumped PDP, for the new coalition, the ADC. And when you look at it very well, it is a party that has structure. I'm talking about PDP. But as PDP lost his as PDP lost its relevance in Nigeria's political space.
That question, it has not lost completely. But the way I'm seeing it, they are losing it gradually. And they may lose it finish in 2027.
I thought they were supposed to use a party like PDP.
You see, that party is a dilapidated house. A former land, they want to become a former landlord and become tenants. So even if proper care is not taken, they are still going to cause Nigeria to repeat Tinubu again, because PDP will not want to collapse their structure for any party. Even if they want to collapse it, you see the ADC that just come, ADC that they don't know. Do you expect people like this Baba in Lagos State here, but they judge to carry his agbada and say, hey, I want to be going to ADC today? So what I'm looking at now is like PDP will stand, ADC for coalition, they will stand on their own. But the house of PDP, that storm will have blown it away. Because if you remove Atiku from PDP, is it wicked? So if Atiku go, then they now leave the whole house to Wike. Oga Wike will just choose that house the way he like. As simple as that. So what they are trying to do is that they want to. Do you know what happened now? The recent NEC meeting that they do, they call that one reconciliation, and they accept that national secretary Anyanwu, the pro Wike national secretary. No fight. Abi, that one we made. What the plan? What they are doing now? Do you know what it means? People like Atiku, we have to leave PDP. To go and join coalition, and there are some big people that are ready to join them. Lamido, former governor of Jigawa, is there. So they want to leave the house of PDP that is not strong enough. They want to make it more vulnerable and dilapidated. So it will be easy for anybody to just push it and go down.
All right, Kule, before I let you go, is Atiku's exit? Does it show that PDP is beyond redemption? His exit, I mean Atiku.
Yeah. I think you see, one thing is the Atiku himself, he got that his calculation wrong, and I can tell you the day Mr. Abubakar Atiku lost respect was when he left his party to go and contest for presidential election under the canopy of APC, which was not APC then, I think AC or ACN. And that was when he lost all his respect, that he could not even control his political family in the PDP. And you can see the generals, they are the ones destroying Atiku as it is, because what Atiku did to Obasanjo at that time, that he makes a whole general to be frustrating, to be kneeling down, it's really irritated those guys, and they said no, over their life Atiku will ever be president. It was an agenda that's been on ground right from onset, that Obasanjo went through that turmoil with Atiku. So to me, I think that Atiku is late for him to be able to reorganize himself as it is now.
All right, Mr. Okay, is it a proof that PDP is beyond redemption? Atiku's exit and some other politicians.
After all, Atiku left before to ACN, and see, for me, yesterday meeting, I saw Ikimi, Lamido, Atiku. See, what they are fighting for now is to bring one person like Obi which Erufai is fighting, somebody that will be able to demolish APC. So PDP is in APC, PDP is Labour, PDP is ADC. ADC, you are measuring how many people there. It's just a, you see, PDP is just a name. A name. If it's just like a church, maybe it's a church. If I left church, they'll say that is former church. So forget whether PDP is going there or not going there. All you know is that they are going to form that coalition and look for Obi. Like the meeting they did yesterday, Obi said, please just give me 4 years. Only 4. Sign, I will sign. So they are looking somebody that will be able to cut that power back. So if they are using PDP, using Labour, using other party to coalition to make sure that this power go out of Tinubu hand, I think I support. Forget whether Tinubu PDP is going down. No, it's not going down. You still have some people, they are leaving it for Wike, like Wike, and it's going to control.
And you said it's not going down. They are leaving it for Wike.
No, if Wike, by the time Wike remains only he will leave. They want it to leave.
And if we can leave PDP, well, so
that was a PDP is a name.
What's left?
PDP is a name. It's a name. It's just organized, just like your program. It's a name. You are the one controlling it. If you left that place, they'll say, okay, Mark, I've left. But I'm telling you, PDP will still remain. But the only people I'm seeing in PDP, those who want to leave, let them leave. Those that want to stay will stay. But the PDP will come to coalition. Labour will come to coalition. They will not form and give it to Obi. That was going to happen. I think that is.
Are they just going there to wrestle power or to better the lives of Nigerians?
Let them rescue the power first. But then they do that. If Obi said it, look, if I took that power, you that in abroad that is not coming, you go back home. You make this, we need somebody. You are so free. Okay, Mike, people are dying. Like now you are telling me President travel to go and do what? Go and collect title. And go and open account in that country. He's not going there to go and bring them. How many Chinese, how many companies has he bring? Kule was saying the man Tinubu is trying. Who can you mention one company that Tinubu brought? Or even Buhari for 8 years? Can you mention this company we are mentioning? They have been here. They have been in Nigeria for years. And can you tell me the project now? And you mention Calabar Expressway. What is going on there? Why can't the president show us? You see, Wike every day, the whole newspaper showing Abuja. Wike can't pay salary to workers. It's a disgrace to this country. It's a disgrace. It's a disgrace to him. You can't pay salary. They are protesting in Abuja. Protest. And you don't see the protester. And you are showing newspaper every day. You show road that PDP built for years. And Buhari built. You are not showing it. You go to this paper every week. You see the same place they show. Why can't you pay salary to the workers? It's a disgrace. Even if you are owing one workers for 2 years, it's a disgrace to this president and APC. For me, APC have paid Tinubu should go arrest. And no, I didn't blame him. Let him travel. Let him go and open an account and look for hospital. You go arrest. I think that's it.
Now you chop Nigeria finish. You are PDP.
Michael, welcome on the program.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, does this mark the death of PDP as national party if political bigwigs like Atiku others are leaving the party?
Of course, it's not a good omen for PDP, as it were. They are fast losing it, and some of the actions that I'm even seeing of recent doesn't show that they want to put their hearts together to form a serious coalition that will take out the incumbents. So they are losing it at a very fast pace, and I think except something very drastic is done, the exit of some of these big wigs might just be the last kick of a dying horse, Michael.
Is the 2027 presidential race to wrestle power? Is it for power or to rescue Nigeria from current challenges?
That's a difficult one. You know, when you begin to see people just coming together in such a manner, most of the time the agenda may just be to take power. And if that is the main focus, I think we are not getting anywhere with such position. We've seen it in the past where people quickly rush together, put a party together, and because of the fact that certain things are not properly spelled out from the beginning, the vision is not clear enough that okay, this is what all of us are driving at. the selfish nature of such coalition sometimes may spell doom for the nation, because people just quickly rush together, and when you eventually give them the power, it all boils down to what individual can grab, and everybody, as soon as power is gone, everybody retreats. So that is not good for the generality of our nation. I think we must, even in the course of the coalition, people must look at individuals that have the good of the country at heart, in terms of some of their antecedents, some of the things they've done before, and all of that. That should inform the build up in terms of the person they are pushing forward. Probably the person that will be the presidential candidate and all of that. Must the person that has credibility, that has track record of performance and all of that. That we mustn't lose sight of that in the course of the coalition that is ongoing.
Now, in your own view, as you're looking at these politicians now, do they have the pedigree? Do they have the capability to change the system?
Michael, most of these guys are selfish, and we must put it straight. We've not been having natural disasters as a country, as it were, but we've always had leadership disaster, and I think that is one area that is one punishment that we have always gone through. We've not had leaders that have vision. We've not been having a visionary person that knows exactly what is coming in to do, and can put everybody. See, everything rise and fall with leadership. We are not going to have a situation where everybody will believe in a cause, but when the set man, the one at the center of the whole action, believe in that cause, you'll be able to pull every other person along. And we've not been having that. And I think that is why people are looking away from the old blocks and begin to focus on, okay, let's try something new apart from all these guys that we have always known. All these people that we have always seen, they've shown us their best, they've shown us what they can do, and their best hasn't been good enough. Right?
Now, let's quickly talk about the Lucia visit or trip by Mr. President. Of course, Nigerians are criticizing him for this. Now, the question I want to ask you is that does it deserve that award? And on the side of that country, Saint Lucia, do you think it's necessary for the country to bestow that kind of award on Mr. President when the country knows fully well that this president is under heavy criticism at home?
It's a sovereign nation. Yeah, they don't have business with how you feel here at home. I believe they have their own mission. They know what they want to achieve with that kind of awards that they bestow on Mr. President. So they may not really be interested in whether he performed back at home or not. That means it's about their. You see, nations do things based on interests. They may not open up on what the interest is likely to be now, but definitely there is interest. It's a game of interest. So if you have refused to put your home in order, they can bestow any award on you outside the shores of your nation. They have their own mission, as we have heard. In this present day and time, I don't think it is worth it for the president to be globetrotting nations. Technology has made a lot of things easy now. Including signing documents. Everything can be done online without you physically move around like that. People should sit back, put your house in order. When your house is in order, people will be rushing to come and invest in your country. Whatever you want to go and tell them in any nation, they have the fact before them. It's already a global village, longest time. So the era of people jumping around has gone. If people know exactly what they are doing, things can be put your house in order. That's what you must do for investment to start trickling in.
Thank you so much, gentlemen.
Many thanks,
all right, Mr. Lucky, thank you so much. Oh, yes.
Good morning.
You're
Yes. Good morning.
Is the honor just a political theater or what?
Which of the honor that was given to who?
Mr. President?
For what?
Saint Lucia.
Oh, the Saint Lucia. Okay. Yeah, anybody can give anybody honor. After all, he's the president. They can decide to honor him. That one is not a bad thing.
Is he
for
trying
me.
to strengthen our ties between the country
I
and
don't know the
Nigeria?
kind of ties. I don't think it's the kind of ties. Tinubu has another mission there, and I think he's trying to open up a channel for retirement where he can easily go and relax, and that's why you saw him giving out scholarships to students there.
Yeah, he can easily go and relax.
Yes,
But he has body on there.
bro, these guys are having so much, creep. What they call it, my creep. Cuban in South America. That's where they go and exhaust their loot there. They have it. So I don't know. His mission there is questionable. I agree, but I can tell you that he's preparing for his retirement. At least where he can. What does it take? He has all the resources, to build anything there, open up anything there, just for his relaxation, and it's okay. So I wonder, why he decided to offer scholarship in that place where we have so many Nigerians who cannot go to school, but he knows his mission there, and by virtue of his position, nobody's going to question him on that. Anybody they can decide to honor him, whatever it is. That's their business. But that movement is left for him to know the real reason why he headed towards that direction when the country was actually boiling. You can see what he did in Benue. He didn't go to the scene of the tragedy, the massacre. We didn't see him there. But after that little speech, they went underground, and you see them pumping champagne secretly. The video is there. You are drinking excessively, and before you know, he disappears, and that is it. After he has come, I thank God he was able to listen to City Stand when we are protesting that he needed to take a step to Benue, and you saw what happened.
Some people don't see this as a big deal. Is it a crime for the president to travel out of the country? Is it a crime to receive an award?
That's what I'm saying now. I don't think. No. I don't think. But when you do some certain things unnecessarily, it becomes a challenge. There are things you do that is not that can people see it that of what value it is going to bring. And remember, if he's going there now, it's under the taxpayers' money. He can say, I can tell you, he has the largest cabinet in the world now. The only president, the third most corrupt in the world now. Ranking is there go and check it. Third most corrupt president in the world. So I don't have any business with that. I don't have any business with the world. But Nigerians themselves are watching and looking at Bola Ahmed Tinubu going to establish a sugar industry there. Has been reported. I don't know what is there. There are less than a community in Lagos. Maybe you just want to help them. Let us look at it that way. It's being human. It has human feeling.
Some of his supporters are asking questions. That why is it that you guys don't see any good in whatever he does?
No, which one? The only one I noticed, to be very honest with you, is the one that is happening in Niger Delta. The crude oil is pumping 2.something million barrels per day. That one is functioning very well now. I give him credit for that. There's no problem.
For the rest,
can you mention? Mike, can you just give me an idea? Just one. Okay, the Lagos Calabar
Costa Rica.
Yes,
Costa
I think he
Rica.
has commissioned it. He's working now. He has commissioned.
The project is still ongoing.
I said, but you went there to commission. That is well. No, Mike, that's the honest truth.
All right, to the comment section. What is Anthony Enema saying? If Tinubu was Kenya president, the citizens will occupy the airports and never let him back into the country. Okay. Emmanuel Obugi Tinubu will win 2027 election, and some people will go to court. And I assure you that they will still meet Tinubu judges who are already waiting for their aggrieved ones to address them
in to address them is a pattern, okay, something like that. Tinubu went for his personal business, not on behalf of the country. This is coming from Great Ben Aduze, and we have DK saying maybe Tinubu know how to bribe his way to heaven. All right, on to the next one. Stella Onoji. 2027 election is between the southern and northern Nigeria, and the north wants to use Obi to fizzle power out of Tinubu's hands because they felt marginalized in just a few years. Now, Mr. Vincent, let's talk about the trip of Mr. President to Lucia, Saint Lucia. Nigerians are criticizing the president for embarking on that trip. What do you have to say?
Mike, I want to say one thing. All over the world, as the world is presently being composed, it's a global village. And whatever trip the president has embarked upon to Saint Lucia, as it were, has to be something that has to do, that will have a collective bearing, either on the economy or on the overall good of the entire citizenry. But when you look at Mr. President going to Saint Lucia, what is the population of Saint Lucia? What is the population? What do they even have comparative advantage in that Nigeria is going to tap from? Though nobody, no man is an island. I want to believe that instead of going there, he can as well send his ministers. The essence of governance is not about number one president going to a particular nation to have a diplomatic ties or whatever, bilateral ties on anything that concerns the country. I think there are other personnel within his cabinet that can also do such assignment or whatever the case may be. But what I'm saying is that instead of this jamboree kind of junketing from one point to the other, there are some serious issues bothering us at home. We have insecurity. Even if he were to, he had to go to Saint Lucia as a result of even having an economic ties with Saint Lucia. But those people, they are not daft. They are saying they know what is happening in the country. And I want to say that they know that there is no same person that will come and invest his or her hand money in a place that is not secured. It's a basic fact. There is no need of clothing truth in diplomatics. But whatever award that is scooping now, maybe it's for frivolous outing. I don't want to talk on that because I want to believe that serious natural discourse is confronting us as a nation. And that needs to rank first before any other thing. You tidy home. They say charity begins at home. Tidy your home first before you can start looking at outside.
With so much controversies, surrounding Mr. President, should that kind of president be granted such highest honor of Saint Lucia?
Of course, it is a very simple thing to do. Money. There's nothing money cannot do. If anybody is not giving him anything, they can find his way. Tinubu has lobbyists everywhere. They can go and lobby for it. As simple as that. Government is about lobbying. If you see a nation that is less than, a street in Lagos doing that kind of a thing, you know that something that is at stake. There's a need, and possibly, if you conduct a proper investigation into that move, I'm sure that a lot of financial transaction have gone underground too. These are where people can suspect, that this is where they stash their looted funds too. But I don't see the reason. What are you actually going there to do when we have nations, that we can engage on to benefit Nigerians the more? So you went there, they give you the highest national honor. How does that now give us electricity? How does that now give us good governance? How does now deepen our democracy? How does that stop the killing in Benue and all the states in Nigeria? Everywhere, even in the East now, they are killing people in the eastern part of the country. Everywhere, and people are saying, how long will Nigerians? Because if this thing continue, I can tell you, it will get to a point, there will be armed struggle in this country. That's a fact. Because it's getting out of hand completely. These guys are killing, well armed. You can see the report from the northern governors, northern elders, where they say that that the jihadists have overrun the Nigerian military. Honorable Ahmed Tinubu's administration.
You know what that it means? They said it openly. So if you are going there, whatever you are going there, they gave you, the highest honor. You are the best president in the whole world. Okay. Tinubu, I know, might have lobbied and paid for it. That's truth. I'm here to see that decisiveness. I was reading Ali Ndume's interview, even though I does not align with them at all. I does not align with Ali Ndume and other. But he pointed some of things, that are very disturbing about Bola Ahmed Tinubu's cabinet. And it is obvious they are not telling him the reality on ground. And it is quite disturbing. They're not telling me, Mr. President, something is wrong. Look at. They're not telling him, so it's okay. No Allah. So, Mike, I think he's going to come back. I think he has 10 days to spend there, enjoy himself, set up his structure there, come back. But if he's coming back, let him face the reality on ground, for goodness sake. If not for him, I know the family is okay. Tinubu's family cannot lack 1 naira. Sisi cannot money japa, but for the sake of ordinary Nigerians, can you just sit down in that Asura and make things work? I was surprised that he's already warming up deeply for 2027 election. Like I think I told you last year that we have only last year to put Tinubu to work. After that, this year, organ election, I can tell you, they have started sharing money, allocating money for 2027 election. This is the period they will do that. It's not during the election. All logistics, everything now, money they pay everywhere now. You can see everybody's happy. You can look at his followers now. Some of his people, you can see them driving different types of machines, preparing for 2027, doing all the lobby, grassroots movement, and all that. Mobilization is seriously ongoing. But how would we now stop hunger in Nigeria? How would we now stop the issue of insecurity, unemployment? Look at the number of students he gets scholarship in Saint Lucia, Saint Gregory. I don't know what they call them. It's okay. You are being humane. You are showing sympathy. The country maybe they don't have anything. They are starving. Okay, but you do that quickly, and come back and face the reality on ground.
All right, thank you, Onyeze, for dropping it raw this morning, raw and hot. This is coming from Anthony Inema. And we have Muki Great saying this guy, Coach Chinedu, can never appreciate any good things. Muki Great. 27 is tomorrow.
Muki Great. Please, Muki Great. I want to say something, Mike. For me, I justify every reason of leadership in Nigeria. If you, as I stand now, I repeat, I've been saying as I stand now, if they bring Atiku, bring Tinubu, I will support Tinubu. Not for anything, but simply because it is not the turn of the North. That's where I stand, though. Whether it's a gentleman agreement or not gentleman agreement, I don't want to know. Any day they bring two of them, say, these are the preferable, this is what we have for 2027. My brother, I will support Tinubu. And that's the kind of person I am. But knowing fully well that Atiku, relatively, might be better, because we have not tested Atiku as the president, but we saw Atiku's best when he was vice president of Nigeria. We saw how deep he went to bring technocrats. These are kleptocracy he's practicing. We are seeing on this, I don't know those kind of people. Bayo Ononuga, this Bayo, that particular Bayo Ononuga, I think for me, we are expecting by now Tinubu would have reshuffled his cabinet sharp, bring in fresh hands, But these guys don't want the president to know the reality on
I
ground.
think he tried doing that earlier this year.
But as you see, we need, so some of them are resigning on their own. Some of the aides we are seeing are resigning on their own. But we want to see, a total reshuffle of his cabinet.
All right, let me hold you there. King Gary is saying something here. The money spent on dust flying can solve a regional hunger issues for years. This is King Gary on this. Anthony Neme Onyeze, Tinubu did not grab and snatch his way to office to benefit Nigerians. Anyone who steals public funds never uses it for public good. And we have Mabuzala saying Emilio means it is his own turn to enjoy the national cake. And we move to another person here. Was Buki Astrop saying, can I still get Buki Astrop's message? Okay. Tinubu isn't, but unfortunately, Nigeria is a case of slaves that love their chains. And we move down to.
I concur with her.
That's a deep one, Mike.
Yes, I concur with her because when you look at Nigeria, we know that Nigeria is somehow special in terms of because what will spark a revolution in that climate go virtually unnoticed in Nigeria. All this hunger, this equilibrium in the country, if it were to be something in any country like Arab world, Nigeria were to be like any state in the Arab world, Nigeria would have gone into flames. But Nigeria, all the religious bodies and every other entities that compose this the former called Nigeria, we've always been trying to say, okay, it will get better and better. We keep seeing the worst, and nothing happens. There's no violence. There's nothing whatsoever. Even keep on praying that the heavenly chariot, God will send the heavenly chariot to come and help us, in our dear streets. I want to believe that President Ahmed Tinubu is already in the saddle now. I think if we are not saying anything here, I think we have said much for him to even understand and rethink and reflect on it, so that he still has less than 2 years to complete the 4 years mandate given to him. He can still turn things around if he so wish. But one thing I'm saying that governance itself is not about one person. All every other people must go into on board to accentuate whatever objective that President Ahmed Tinubu set out to do in terms of governance administration. But in a situation whereby the people that you brought on board to work with you, if they are not doing their job well, you have every power, you have everything within the ambit of the law to hire and fire anyone that is not aligning with your objective. Jettisoning that person and then bring people on board. We have seen successive government before the now that have tried to jettison some people that are not really performing, that are up to the standard, and they will bring people to add value to their governance administration system. And I want to believe that President Tinubu should also do likewise, so that all these yearnings that we have been making, that has been coming from different quarters, can have a footing in his heart and in his administration.
All right, moving on, we have the age saying Alimosho local government area has more population than Saint Lucia. Even Lagos Island local government is far richer than Saint Lucia. Omorogbe Igbinowa is saying something to Onyeze. He said all we see in the president's administration is failure. That is what Omorogbe Igbinowa has written here. Moving on. Benga George, the funny thing is this Ronokus abroad think it's all a game. In your mind, you want to deal with Obi, be there. Your people in the village are suffering. All right. When slaves are in love with their chains, they see it as a beautiful bangle. Exactly the case with many Nigerians, like dash. This is coming from Udezi Chima. On to the next one. All right, all these are Balablues and Bulaba. This is coming from GOA. Now, let's leave the comment section to another topic on the program this morning, the 2027 election. It's built up to the election now. We currently see the way politicians are, cross-carpeting, decamping to from one party to another. And the latest one is in town now is the move by Atiku. He has made his decision to dump PDP for ADC, and I wonder how far PDP will go. Would you say this is the end of the road for the People's Democratic Party?
You see, I want to say one thing here. PDP as a party is already in a morbid state, and I don't see PDP coming to the fore now, because the time is just too short for them. I believe they would have gotten themselves awakened much earlier than the now that they are in, and the trouble keep on getting messier by the day. When you look at what is going on in that party, you see that most of the eggs, the gladiators, they moved out of that party, trying to form one kind of coalition or the other. Still, all to this very moment, as I still speak, they've not been able to come out with anything concrete. I want to say that President Tinubu, he has already set his own mark higher before their own, because they have to pull all the muscle, because it's like a 100-meter dash. And when you see somebody like Usain Bolt going with his long leg, then you want to call somebody who is just short or the Jaliu to catch up with Usain Bolt. It will take a long while, and that is what President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has done so far. But when we look at critically, when we dissect the issue, you can see at the time the Muta idea of joining ADC. Later they said, you remember there was a statement made by Atiku that the train has left the station.
Yeah.
You understand? And I have not seen where the train is going to bet, the destination that is going. See, today we will hear Ada, tomorrow we hear ADC. Before now, it was SDP. We don't really know where the train is going to stop, and so that we continue to say, okay, these people are really serious. If by now, up to this present moment, they have not been able to find a platform where they can just say, okay, let us harness all our energies so that we can wrestle power from all progressive Congress, then you know that something is still very, very much wrong with the coalition movement as I speak. Because I'm a realist, I say the way it is. If they cannot come up with a formidable team now, I fear if they can really muzzle that power to take power from the APC-led government. We see a lot of these gladiators. We saw Atiku, we saw Mark, El Rufai, Tambuwa, Lamido. All these people are people that matters when it comes to Northern Hemisphere. But how much of their energy or synergy have we gotten from these people? Are they not going to still work across purposes? You understand? But what I'm saying is that it's better they come out with realistic things, because this is the 7th month of the year. By next year, it's going to be just pure politics. Nobody will listen. Even if you are a contractor, you go to any government office, nobody will listen to you, because they are all their energy is geared towards 2027. So it's high time before now December. If the coalition movement cannot get their act together, we just say hulala to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu can continue, because up till now I want to see some realistic steps being taken to see that everything that concerns this coalition comes to the fore with a very good posture. And the posturing to me, as I see it now, is that because the octopodal nature of APC will continue to run, and that train will continue to move on.
Looking at this set of politicians, what do you say? Are they formidable enough?
They are.
They are.
100% they are. Because these are the people that brought Buhari to power. They are. They know what they are doing. But for the clarity of the reality on ground is this: SDP will be headed by El-Rufai. ADC will have David Mark and Arebeshola. Let us look at Labour Party. Maybe, possibly, Obi is still there. The PDP stakeholders have decided yesterday after the stakeholders meeting, and there was a report regarding to that PDP will remain PDP as they are, but they will collapse their structure on any platform the coalition is going to adopt. That's the clear picture. Very strategic. These are well experienced people.
So they are not baby politicians.
I said they are well experienced people. SDP, where is Erofai now? Is he in the APC?
Are they more experienced than the master of dark politics?
Well, that's what I'm telling you. That's what I'm telling you. Yes, you said it. He is the master in dark politics. I am not disagreeing that. But I tell you, for you to be able to unseat Bola Ahmed Tinubu 2027, you have to join him in that darkness. I don't know whether you understand what I'm saying. So the same people that played the same darkness with him are what we are seeing now, that brought Buhari and brought him to power. The same people. They are all friends. Bola Ahmed Tinubu cannot tell me that at one point in time he has not partied with Atiku Abubakar and the rest of them. No. Adobe. So they sat down and they start looking for those who played that. Okay, remember, Ameti is still there. Ameti is still there. I've said it on this platform where the problem is going to come at the end of the day, where the coalition is going to have a very major issue, challenge, is when they are not able to factor the internal process that will accommodate all the major forces in the coalition movement. That is where Tinubu will shoot them down. Completely. But I'm telling you that if, watch now, the remaining fraction, if Wike want to carry it on his head, he can go along and carry it. I can tell you now, Fayose is campaigning for Obi, the former governor of Ekiti State. I watch him live on channels. He said it very clearly.
Can you trust Fayose?
Yeah, but at least I said it. We cannot trust him. I cannot trust any of them. But we are talking based on what they are talking about. So now, what are these people now heading opposition parties, whether they have local government secretariat or not? But we cannot just throw them to the gutters that they don't have anything to offer. These are the people who made Buhari. These are the people too who made Bola Ahmed Tinubu what he is today.
Thank you so much, Mr. Vincent. Before I let you go, can you just briefly describe how the 2027 presidential election is going to look like?
You see, though I don't have the power of clairvoyance to say this how it's going to look like, but from the body language that I've seen so far, I think it's going to be like President Bola Ahmed Tinubu APC and the Nigerian people as a mass of people. But when you look at all this coalition, I keep on telling you something because I don't like missing words. Because what I've seen so far is not really tickling. It's not creating excitement in my heart as to the coalition movement, whether they are really ready to resume power. But if every personage in that coalition tends to go their different ways, I want to say that Bola Tinubu should continue. I have a very good, blissful ride. But with the way things are, I have not seen any realistic move to show to others say, okay, yes, it will accentuate my belief that yes, it's going to be, a very, very battleground come 2027.
So they are trying to perfect their strategy.
I just hope so, but they should not let it to be too late. But the way I'm seeing this, Tinubu is not losing sleep. He's working day and night, round the clock, trying to see that everything, he does all the T's, and the I's. And so that he will not lose sleep because he knows what it takes to be there. And he knows because he was once in opposition. He knew what he went through before he could get to this seat. And other person that want to come and rescue that thing, using that same manner to rescue that seat from you. You yourself, you have to put on your thinking cap and see how you can go into work such moves. I want to believe that come 2027 is going to be very dramatic. We ain't seen enough of these theatrics at play. We are going to see much theatrics at play come 2027, and it's just around the corner. Let us see how it pans out.
Thank you so much, gentlemen. We need
Thank
to
you very
call it
much.
today on the program. Thank you so much, likes of Muki Great in the comment section, the Palace of the Palace, King Henry, Abu Ghanil, Buki Astrop. We'll say thank you to you for joining us today on the program. We'll be back here tomorrow for another interesting program. Of course, tomorrow is Thursday, right?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Don't hang up. And I stand here, sis.